Tonight, Francis Fox Piven talks again, now about revolution. Watch.
And the argument of challenging authority is that it's when elections interact with powerful, disruptive, unruly movements from the bottom of the society through their ability to refuse to cooperate with important institutions by striking, for example, or by blockading the streets, or by shutting down the schools. At those moments, we have had important changes and progressive changes in American society. And I began with the American Revolution.
Yeah, really? Progressive changes in the American Revolution. Keep this in mind. This is not just some loony professor. She and her husband, Richard Cloward, know all the players, and the players know them. Here she is with her husband. That's Bill Clinton signing, I think it's the motor voter law. There they are, standing right there. They know these people are designers. And we told you about this strategy months and months and months ago. Nobody else is paying attention. Van Jones laid it out for us at America's Future Now conference over the summer. Remember, we went over it a lot when he said this would become a historic time because progressives decided to be progressive again. The mainstream has dismissed this top-down, bottom-up, inside-out theory. You must not. They want to force President Obama into making the extreme radical decisions they want by getting out into the streets and being disruptive. They're calling for revolution. Here she is admitting that. Now I want to show you what Jeremiah Wright has also been saying.
The only way that can happen is for the haves and the have-mores to stop hoarding what they got and start sharing what they got with the have-nots. That's right. You talking about a revolution?
Notice the date, 2005. The president was still attending his church. A revolution. So that the haves start sharing, except he's not talking about sharing. He's talking about taking it by force. Take it from them. As he said, he's talking about revolution. How much clearer does anyone have to make it? Here's how Van Jones puts it. Former Green Job czar, member of the communist organization STORM, founder of Green for All and Color for Change, now a laundered radical activist at the Soros-funded Center for American Progress. His words recently.
We are about to inherit a nightmare scenario. The nightmare scenario is this. The country continues to get more racially diverse, but less economically prosperous. That's not a recipe for a common ground. That's a recipe for a battleground.
And they like it. Liberal talker Margaret Prescott openly stoked the fires.
But what about the outrage of the people? I mean, I keep getting back to that. If you look at Europe, I mean, for crying out loud, they had 100,000 people in Belgium out on the streets. Also in Ireland, 100,000. Thousands, hundreds, 20,000 students in the UK. France, they practically shut the place down. Greece, they turned the place upside down for months, and that is still going on. So are we too complacent here in the United States? I mean, sitting back and waiting for President Obama, who has always been a moderate, he never put himself forward as anything more than a moderate, to do what we as the people and the movements should be doing.
That is exactly what Van Jones told people to do. Rise up, force him to do it. That's what Francis Fox Piven just said. Now, if I, on this program, were to simply say, Stanford destroyed Virginia Tech last night, the Huffington Post would report that I was calling for the destruction of children in Virginia. But the left can openly call for violence and revolution, and they can cheerlead for it, and there's no problem, outrage, or alarm from the media. Why? Why? Let me put it this way. If chickens knew who Frank Perdue really was, they wouldn't take his food for free. They'd know how it ends. Here's the last part. I told you that they have a plan, they have a destination, they have a solution, but they needed to create the problem. Never waste a crisis You have the solution, never waste the crisis to bring you to that solution. You create the problem so the public will beg for the solution that you have designed. What are the problems they're creating? Oil going up. Why? Administration making it harder to drill. Food prices going up. Why? We're printing too much money, devaluing our own currency. Jobs aren't being created. Why? Well, in part, Nancy Pelosi's party believes welfare is the best job creation we can do, and that's a quote. Create a problem so the public will beg for a solution. Bottom up, top down, and inside out. Sound